whenever you have a woody perennial component, it is not like I'll sow a seed today and this year I'll harvest it. That comes under the conventional agriculture system. Whereas agroforestry focuses on the sustainability component. You plant a seed today, for years to come, it has to give you output. And our director was talking about 5 F's. So that is where now we are here. Agroforestry for food. The conventional food production system wherein you use heavy inputs that can be mitigated if you use right composition of agroforestry for food. Now, next is for fuel. And in Srinagar or in Kashmir, I should not. Let's talk about fuel wood because that makes the major sustenance of the livelihood. I mean, for the past 2 days I'm here, so the shiveringness which I feel in the hand, thanks to we have no electricized room heating, but fuel wood is the major source, so there it plays a major role. Next is fodder. Your meat consumption, poultry production, all needs some sort of input so that it can give you enriched protein component. There fodder comes. Next is fiber. The cloths which we wear, it says it's from cotton or any other hemp based material. Your pillows stuffed with Bombax Seba and Seba penendra, or whatever the floss you have in the chemical or the synthetic fiber, was the present day's invention. Before that, all came from tree based fibers. Then is fertilizers. Whenever a tree is there, it always gives a nutrient pumping mechanism because the tree roots can reach deeper and it can pump nutrients from the bottom and it can bring it to the surface in form of litter, in form of fruits, in form of flowers. So that is how the cycling always happens. So the typical comparison is here. This is an agriculture system wherein the roots are only uptaking and it will give you a benefit. There is no doubt about it. Whereas in forest, the roots are reaching deeper, but benefit to an individual or a benefit to a practitioner or benefit to a farmer is less apart from the ecosystem services. Whereas when you blend both these things together with the right composition, that's what your next lectures is going to happen. There, the crops will benefit from the trees and the trees will support the crops in certain angle. Now, we have been talking about agroforestry is important. So what we have in our country? So the notified country's agroforestry area is 28.427 million hectare. Now from this map, you can see which are the states having agroforestry area. But I would like to point out this map was prepared somewhere before the bifurcation of the state. So the combined geographic area of Leh as well as Jammu and Kashmir is 1.92 million hectares somewhere. It's a rough estimation, or we can say an outdated estimation, but this is the figure we have. The updated figures may come in the soon. Now, if agroforestry is so good, now we need to promote it. There are multiple ways to channelize it. Training is one such way. Taking the message to the farmers, taking the message to the local entrepreneurs is one way. So this agroforestry as a thriving business opportunity is one way to convince people to take it up. Say suppose I am asking a farmer to plant a tree. The next question is, इसका फायदा क्या है सर? इसका उपयोग क्या है सर? लकड़ी में काट करूंगा, वो 20 साल के बाद या 30 साल के बाद मैं काट करूंगा, वो तो मेरे को पता है. इसके अलावा क्या क्या मिलेगा? So we need to convince them, or the curiosity of the human is how best I can use it. We all have mobile phones in our hand. We have multiple apps. So a single mobile phone when we purchase, we never look about the apps. But once we get the mobile in our hand, we look at what are the apps that is there. We can install in it and then we can use it. The same way, planting a tree is somewhat a risky decision, like buying a mobile phone. Whether to go a high-end mobile or slow-end mobile, we think a lot. But once we purchase the mobile phone, we just try to utilize to the maximum potential. Same way, a tree also can be used. And that is where an incubation unit or an entrepreneurship angle comes into picture. If you keenly observe today this training's mandate, that is advanced entrepreneurship and skill development. Can any one of you tell me what is skill? Skill मतलब क्या है? Something comes from inside. Let me put it in reverse fashion. We have Google in our hands. Google has all data, all information. Okay. If I have access to Google, where can I say that I know everything? If I remove Google from your hand, you become ignorant. Okay. Say suppose I memorize all the facts. Whatever you ask me, like a supercomputer, I'll able to recite it. Can I say I'm a skilled person? Okay. Then what makes us skilled? That is application of the information that you have acquired to a field level thing. And that is where an incubation center comes into picture. In a typical agroforestry system, there are three components. One is trees, crops. What is the third component? Sometimes animal components may also be there. It can be there. Say a poultry, a cattle, or a goat can be also part of a system. Now, from these three components, business can always be happening. But there are three major aspects wherein a business can thrive. One is you can value add or you can do business with the crop products. Other is with the tree product. The third aspect is management of these two. This is an interesting arena which is least looked upon, but there are potential chances. So suppose when you plant a tree, then crops will be happening every year. And it needs seed, input, other things. If you have an entrepreneur or an agency or a company, I'm having chinna plants in my home or something like, imagine like that, or a popular is that. And if your company can give them a package of practice as well as seed kit, say that these are the crops you can grow out of. That is one way of it. Then harvesting and processing those products, managing the interaction so that the crop yield is not affected. These are also some entrepreneurship activities that can be centered around agroforestry. Now, this is one pivotal diagram wherein you can see some of the core agroforestry business includes your consultancy services, like what I said, which crop to be grown with which trees. Then ultimately the booming market is carbon. I hope there's a session on carbon marketing also in this training. Then is multifunctional allopathy. Your home garden is one good example of multifunction. That means you get all sort of outputs, not one output from the system, multiple outputs. Then agroforestry data, modeling, predicting yields. मान लीजिए एक बड़ा किसान है. He has at least 10,000 acres with him. It's a big shot, and he wants to go for a tree crop, and he's looking for a person. Say suppose you have an agency saying that you want to have an agroforestry field, and I can give you at what period of time, what will be the input, what will be the output, and I can predict and give you a chart. Can be interesting. But only thing is, you should be aware and be ready with the data sets, or you should have a basic idea of how to operate it. As say it's a small scale farmer, he may not be interested in a big shot level, but he has concern. If I go for this particular system, what will be my output prediction? So those sort of areas is also a booming sector. A typical way to put it in knowledge-based, AI-based entrepreneurship. That's a broader terminology. To be specific, it can be linked with agroforestry. Then, if you go for the secondary things, that is what second layer of business. You have agrotourism or ecotourism business, which is quite popular in Kashmir. Next is medicinal aromatic processing. Then sawmills, NTFPs. NTFP comes with all nuts and things happening in the state. Then biochar production, small timber production, wooden toys and crafts. So that is also a business centered with trees. Then nurseries, bricketing. How many of you know about bricketing? Okay. Anyone? Briquettes? Okay. Let me put it in very simple words. You have a hay or a leafy biomass. It's very loose. If you burn it, the calorific value will be very less. Am I right? If you condense it, plants asked to use 5%. So briquette is the word which is in Kashmir. After my 2 days of experience, I believe briquetting has a scope here. Only thing is, next, oil production, plywood industries, bamboo-based incubation, all secondary trials of agroforestry business, which is currently happening in the market. Then the other allied sectors include sericulture, apiculture, mini-clonal technology, vermic poultry farming, livestock production, digital marketing in place. Say suppose there are some NTFP products. To be frank, yesterday I thought now, say can we do it as telemarketing? Can that entrepreneur have his own digital space? He need not go. Can an educated entrepreneur facilitate that? You don't need to take the risk of holding the raw materials with you. Your risk is connecting the customer with the seller. That is one way of entrepreneurship which you can take it up. Then, insurance is somewhat Greek and Latin in this arena. I also agree, but this is a general structure which is prepared for across the country. Now, from all angles of research, profitability matters. First and foremost matter. If I'm doing a business, profit there. That's the building of entrepreneurship. Then, whether the productivity is enhanced or not. Then, resource optimization. These three are the factors which has very much close linkage with agroforestry per se. Apart from that, for climate change context, driving innovation, about linking AI, digital marketing, these are a linking technology with the field. So driving innovation, introduction of efficient farming techniques, and promoting value addition in agroforestry products. These are the angles wherein agroforestry is very closely the inspired people like you have to connect the gap. Connectivity which we have. Now, typically an incubation unit or a business cell, IP cell, whatever name you put, or whenever director of research, Naik was saying about a person from MMSC who can facilitate in entrepreneurship. Typically, they have 3 or 4 important roles. So we will look into those roles, what they will do, or what typically you should expect from them. Now, when we start from this angle to this angle, these are doing. Entrepreneurs with technology. The agenda of bringing you here is to teach mind who have by themselves. Only thing is they want to know how to refine it further. So that refinement is what entrepreneurs with technology comes. They have their own product. Technology commercialization and product development will happen. Now, typically an incubation starts with mentoring, technical assistant, IP management. Say suppose you one of you comes with an idea to me or anyone of the agencies. They should take into confidence that it's your idea. They should not transfer that idea to someone else. Am I right? So IP management comes into picture. Then marketing expertise. As a beginner level players, you must understand marketing. Now I showed you about what is agroforestry of the country, am I right? At least I showed you what is the picturization across the country. Say suppose you want to take up and marketing on apricot in say Tamil Nadu or in Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, you should know who are the players, who is existing of marketing intelligence which will help you to build your expertise. So an incubation should facilitate those aspects. Finally, operational cost. Recently, multiple academies, nations, and academy multiple opened up. All cost little bit. Only thing is they fail to consider into the operational cost. The idea is good, people are getting benefited, the entrepreneurs are getting, but to sell 1 rupee pen or 1 rupee product, I should not spend 80 paise for it. Apart from the production cost, say production cost 20 paise, I spend at least another 50 paise for marketing and operation, then balance is only 30 paise. Sustainable when the inflation shoots up or if the market is not in your favor. So shaping an operation center with a prior experience helps in the picture. Now, with agroforestry, there are 2 incubation units in the country, specifically catering the needs of agroforestry. Their name itself has agroforestry. They don't cater all agriculture sector. They cater specifically for agroforestry sector. One is my institution, ICA Central Agroforestry Research Institution. The other is FCRI, that is deep south in Metupalayam, that's in Tamil Nadu. Operations have been different mode of doing things. One is an independent company, Section 8 registered company. It operates for profit. Our institution, where I am a part of it, we operate on a basis of institution. The details are there in our institution, you can browse it out. To transfer this technology to the field, this incubation unit has been started. It has been hardly 3 years old. We are doing this business, that is 7 years old. So agroforestry incubation, agroforestry entrepreneurship is a gain traction. It's like YouTube came in 2011. Everyone asked it, hey, up to you, it content influencer, hey, kya hai? Now, YouTube in what happened? The emphasis here is the time is now. There is a traction for agroforestry-based entrepreneurship. If I'm right, when I studied in J&K in 2018 as a PhD student, when I came here, woodcraft or wood carving was a very unique thing for the state, the walnut-based craft. Am I right? If I'm right, if wherein you no need to sell the product, but the designs, the ethnic designs of Kashmir can be documented, translated for other handcrafts across the world. Only thing is, you need to tell them that we have this set of styles and patterns and we have skilled artisans with us. If you want it, you hire us. We are not selling the products, we are selling the human resources. So this sort of cross major linkage in entrepreneurship with related to agroforestry sector with respect to your own state, if you can achieve it. Now I'll just take a time in talking about my campus, what we do. So as a central institution, our boundary limit is as the country's boundary limit. We can operate across the country and we are catering to 12 incubatees right now. We have incubatees from Arunachal, we have incubatees from Karnataka, we have incubatees from Madhya Pradesh, apart from UP. So that's how our interventions are there. Now, what we typically do is, we do a sensitization stage wherein we go and say these are our technologies. There is an ideation stage wherein the people or an interested personality come with a tech idea, and we try to refine and polish those ideas. And if they want to take it up further with us, they can continue an acceleration, or they can switch over to other entrepreneurship based activity. Say suppose once the idea is refined and they feel that the platform which they give is very small and they want to take it up in further, they can. We have case studies also like that, wherein we had an entrepreneur from Madras, Chennai. He had some idea related to agroforestry modeling as well as digital tools. So when we handholded him with the basic concept idea refined, he switched over to IIT Madras. Now he is an incubating IIT Madras with the base incubation with us, and now he is an entrepreneur. So that sort of cross incubation is also possible. And only thing is, first you understand the base. As people are saying in today's dignitaries, the foundation matters or the seed matters. So you understand the concept and you need furthermore support, join competition for you. Market will always try to defeat you. That's how all games are there. Am I right? How many of you like cricket? No one likes cricket here. How many of you like chess? Okay, which game do you like? Chess. Okay, only one is there. Anyone? Any other games do you like? Hockey, football? Huh? Badminton. Okay. One player. Am I right? That is a sort of a oligopoly market. Okay, few players, I am happy with it. Am I right? But cricket, only one player is there. To kill him or make him out, there are 11 more players. Am I right? There is one more fellow who is along with him. If he is not careful, that fellow will make him run out. So market is the same way. Either oligopoly market or an open market, there will be always players to compete against you. The competition matters. Someone was telling about the purpose of this training, that is to create employment ourselves. That means you are going to fight against the entire market. So when you say I am an entrepreneur, there will be another person who is also interested. I don't know, maybe your next door neighbor is also interested. That's how India operates, am I right? If I open a sweet stall or a bakery today, the next door neighbor will say, hey, वो खोल दिया, हम भी खोलेगा, वो 5 रुपए का बेच रहा, हम 4 रुपए का बेचेगा. Am I right? Because we try to replicate case studies or success stories. So competition always matters, and incubation centers can help you to assess what is the level of competition. Whether competition is there, first thing is either fight or fright. We'll move away from them or we'll fight them and kill them. But there is a way called coexistence in market. That's how multiple products are there. How many of you use mobiles? How many brands are there? There are multiple brands. All these companies coexist, but they always fight with between them. So that sort of mentality comes with some sort of external assistant, and incubation centers can help you. Institutions like that, MSME, they can help you to shape your skills in that. And this is our incubation center. This photograph is very fresh. January, we had 12th and 13th, we had an all women based training in our own campus, and I was heading that training. We got the same level of graduation, same level of enthusiasm you showed. The beauty is, I'm able to see women have moved out of the kitchen, they have moved out of the society's limit, and they are trying to reach the pinnacle. And one good example is the comparer today. I hope you can see how far she connected things. She connected somewhere to Greek Latin, somewhere to the roots of the ground. If you ask a man to compare the things, he'll be quoting some good quotes. No compromise on that part, because I am being a man. But the way she connected the ethnic roots of the state with the present event, the grassroots level connection is possible with women. That's how women-centric programs are being encouraged by the whichever the state government is or whichever the government is there. So you guys have a keen role to play. I'll stop my presentation here. I don't want to drag much further. Any specific questions, any things which you want to have a clarity, please. That means everything understood or everything went away? Understood. So if there is nothing less, then I would request you guys all to visit our institution website to look into it, and I'll just brush up the slides we have. The vision mission of our incubation unit is here. We have 5 levels of ideas that we encourage. You can bring in a concept, you can bring in a process or methodology, you can bring in a technologies, you can bring in a package of practice, or you can bring in a strategic knowledge. We will help you or mentor you how to make it into an economical product. And this is one more incubation unit for agroforestry which I was talking about. They also cater on the same basis, but they are more regional based center. It's a Section 8 company. And agenda of this agroforestry entrepreneurship is translating or bridging research to market. And this is my social media, all my email ID clusters. And this is our official email. You can reach out to our institution at any point in time. Any personal academical queries related to agroforestry, our director, Dr. A. Arunachalam sir, will ensure that your concerns and issues are addressed to the maximum best possible. With that, I'll take a formal thanks from you guys. Anything else? No. I hope I have reached and communicated the spirit of the training. The trailer is done. Picture to baki hai. Okay. Thank you all.